Hello and welcome to a demonstration of how to create an EPUB. What I'm going to show you in this demonstration is how to use the Sigil application to take a manuscript and convert it into a simple EPUB that's ready to be published, and I'll verify that it works using Adobe Digital Editions. So the first step is to take your completed manuscript, and in this case I have one here already loaded up in Microsoft Word that's got a title and a subheading, lots of text, an image in line, and it actually has two chapters. As you scroll down, you can see that there's a chapter 2. And I've called that heading 1 because that's an important HTML designation. I'll show you what that means here later on. So I'm going to go ahead and copy all of this text. I'm going to bring it over into Sigil and just go ahead and paste it in. And now what you'll immediately notice is that the text is already looking different. It's changed. It's lost the formatting that was in Microsoft Word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and name this book. Give it that. And I'm going to go ahead and change my headings. Heading 1 and heading 2. These are important. You'll notice that because the table of contents is generated off of these designations, as well as it will give these anything bound by that definition a different style later on. And then I'll come down here to chapter 2 and do the same thing. Chapter 2, I'll give it a heading of 1 and the subheading heading 2. And now what I can do is I can look at my table of contents, and it'll show me that's already created the table of contents based off of the header items that I have added. And what I'd want to do ideally here is you want to break it up. You want to create different documents for each version of a different document in the text section for each of the pages or the chapters within the book. So I'm going to go ahead and split this chapter in two. Go ahead and undo that. Move that over. I'm going to want to make sure I grab that heading. Put that on section 2 there. So now I've got chapter 2, chapter 1, and chapter 2. And you can see that the headings, the two documents have been created over here on the left. In section 1 I had an image here, so I need to go ahead and insert the image, and I can do that using the icons here. I can go ahead and drop that in. And what I'm going to want to do is probably want to center that so that in the iPad reader it looks appropriate. So now I've got my image centered and I'm ready to go. Now one of the other things I might want to do is put in a book cover. So go ahead and add another image here on my first page, and from this now I've got my book cover and chapter 1 looking pretty good. Now if I wanted to get more sophisticated, I could add a CSS style sheet, a cascading style sheet to this document, which would enable me to apply different looks to the header 1 and 2 and the rest of my text, as well as my images, and have that all packaged up. And in order to do that, I'd have to go into the code mode down here and add in a link to a style sheet. You would do this by adding a new item, but that'll be beyond the scope of this initial demonstration. So I'll go ahead and let me go ahead and save it out as an EPUB file. And what Sigil will do is go ahead and package up all of the different materials necessary for the book. I can go ahead and minimize that now, and I'll launch Adobe Digital Editions. I'll go grab that demo book. The book we just created. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And now what you'll notice here is that the book has come over, and I've got the chapter headings 1 and 2 here, and you can scroll through the books and you can see how they'll look, and with a nice break in them based off of where we put the chapter breaks. So you can see it's already a validated EPUB file and ready to be included in the iBookstore. So at this point, be ready to upload and have your first book published onto the iBookstore within the next 4 to 24 hours.